Yo, hey, what's going on? What's going on? So yeah, I'm here today to talk about speaking in tongues, and more specifically, an experience I've had. I know that there are a lot of extreme views on this subject, whether speaking in tongues has completely ceased or is required for salvation, and that is a huge, wide spectrum of beliefs, and I don't want to deal with any of those things today, except to say that I would believe neither. And other than that, I just want to encourage you guys that speaking in tongues can be a good experience, can be a healthy experience, and that there's hope that this can become the norm in your church experience, as well as personal experience. A little background for me, as of 6 months ago, I believed that speaking in tongues was a likely possibility, as that's what the Bible talked about, but had no idea what that even meant. In fact, I brought more questions to the table than anything. I really had no idea where to even begin with this spiritual gift, or really all the spiritual gifts that I would read about in the Bible. But God's really been doing a work in me, and He's really been changing me a whole lot, and it's been really crazy to understand. So I know there can be a ton of debate on beliefs and different experiences with tongues, and I don't want to get into any of that. I just want to encourage you with a story of something that happened to me just a few nights ago, and the ways that God is working in crazy, awesome ways. Cool. And side note, I think this is a really cool little background. I was going to record in my room, but then I was like, no, I'll have this really cool background. Like, that'll look cool. So I was just side note. Okay, so here's the story. I was at church the other night, and throughout the whole church service, just feeling really hardened and feeling really dead and feeling this weight on me. And usually I am pumped and I'm excited to be gathered as the church body and to be in worship of the Lord and music and prayer and hearing a message on the Word. And I'm usually ecstatic and really, really enjoy the time together. However, this night I was just feeling so hard and so hardened, and it wasn't a dryness. I know many of us have probably experienced what it's like to just feel that season of dryness, almost feeling like God can be absent from our lives. It wasn't that at all. It was God is there, so present, but there was something blocking me. I could feel that, and I was wrestling with God and praying about it, and felt that, man, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Is it something I'm doing wrong? God, what's going on? You got to take this from me. I don't know what to do with this. And so I went through the whole service, and they brought people up for prayer at the end, and came up to receive some prayer, and it was great, and people were praying for me, and I was feeling really ministered to, but I still just felt that block, and it was hard, and I didn't know what was up. So I went up just to the very front and bowed down and said, God, you got to take this. Like, I don't know, God. I don't know what to do with it. And a friend of mine came over to pray for me, and he just laid hands on me, and he just prayed and prayed and prayed, and after like 5 or 6 minutes, this thing just got lifted away. It was literally going from I'm back in action, and it was just like my passion was just completely allowed to be freed again, and it was so incredibly awesome. The message, by the way, that night was on spiritual gifts, and so looking back, I could see there's a lot of spiritual warfare stuff going on. Anyways, getting to the point. So we start praying more and more and more, and some more of my friends come over. We end up praying over each other, and there's like prophecy coming out. That can be like another controversial issue, I know. But so end up praying more and more, and it comes down to it, and we end up going outside, and we're just praying for a while, and for some reason I'm just really antsy, and I found myself just kind of doing this, like rubbing my chest, and they pointed it out, like, Ryan, what are you doing? And I was just like, I don't know, I just feel like antsy, I don't know what it is, and I could stop at any moment, but I felt like I was holding myself back, like, from something, and my friend was just like, let it go. So I just like let it go, and just getting stirred up, and I'm just getting really excited about God. Like, I don't know, I'm just like, man, God, freaking awesome, love you, Jesus, love you, just like, dang, I don't know, and then I just start like rocking back and forth, and I'm rocking, and I just like really just sensitive, and just feel like maybe I'm going to have something from God, and I was just like, I don't know, God, I don't know, what do you have, and I just kept saying that, like, God, what do you have, show me, I'm just getting excited, I don't know, this passion is just stirring in me, and then all of a sudden, like, I couldn't really talk, because I kept saying, like, I don't know, God, I don't know, and all of a sudden, I'm just like, it was just like words didn't want to come out of my mouth, and I'm just like, shoot, I'm trying to speak something from God, like, God, what do you have for me? And I'm just like, what? And all of a sudden, I just like go from to like, like this tongue just comes out of me, and it just like crazy, and I'm just like, what am I even saying? Like, what is going on? And I just speak that way for like 5 or 10 minutes, and it just comes out, and it feels so natural, and it just feels so light, and it feels like it's just coming out of me, and it was awesome. It was incredibly awesome, and I was able to just slow down and speak in English, and it felt hard to speak in English. It felt difficult to speak normal words, and the tongue just came so smoothly, and I could not believe that I had experienced. I've had questions about speaking in tongues for so long, but that's a little bit of my story. As I was praying in tongues, another friend of mine started interpreting the tongue. It was crazy. It was totally dead on with what I was praying, because I could pray in English up here, but it would come out as a tongue here, and it was a crazy, awesome experience, and just all glory be to God, and like it was awesome. And so I just wanted to encourage you all that like this is real, and God still does these things, and to ask Him, about it. I know many of us watching are probably thinking like, yeah, oh, a ton of different thoughts, but just want to encourage you that like Jesus is glorified, and the Spirit is bringing down the power of heaven upon us, and we have access to that. So encourage you to pursue that more, and ask God, what do you have for me? What do you have in this? And to pursue more of who God is and what He's doing and what He wants to do. And really, the big theme of the night, I think, was letting go. I feel like as I was able to let go, and let go of control, and just allow God to do whatever He wanted to, I was really able to experience it. It was like, even though it might have seemed a little like theatrical, it was more of like a soft like guidance into this. So that was just an incredibly awesome experience for me, and so I just want to encourage you, like God's truth in Jesus' name, and that you would receive it, well, and yeah, that God would have His way in your life. So blessings to you guys. Thanks for listening, and peace out.